5 houses burned to the ground. We walk into the village with government troops while they're still ablaze. No one is seriously hurt. The little girl has a scratched face. A Vietnamese medic treats her. The Viet Cong, as usual, are not around. Only the weeping women and one man with a blank, distant stare.
Well, I had a friend that was in the Marine Corps, and he was telling me how great it was. He didn't tell me how bad it was.
During the attack, pilots dropped high-drag bombs and incendigel and strafed with 20-millimeter cannon. An estimated 20 enemy were killed.
Every night we was getting mortars or rockets and incoming.
The heavily wooded terrain below makes spotting the enemy difficult.
You might go to sleep and never wake up again. If I was going to get drafted. So I figured it'd be the best to do what I wanted to do, go in the Marine Corps.
At the beginning, there is the basic training that always comes first. The training as a Marine, learning the ways of a rifleman, absorbing the tradition and the heritage, acquiring the fierce pride and stubborn drive that have always meant Marine.
Talking about all the physical activities he was doing, you know,
The training has changed as the times have changed, but the fundamental is the same as it ever was. Build the body, the mind, and the spirit to build the man.
It was pretty tough there at first, but I got through it.
How did your family respond when you joined the Marines?
They weren't very happy. They knew that I'd be going to Vietnam.
We have made a national pledge to help South Vietnam defend its independence, and I intend to keep that promise.
It wasn't too bad after all that. Yeah, I went my school. I went to truck driving school. I enjoyed that. You don't have a bunch of anybody watching you, telling you what to do every minute of the day. You see a lot of strange things happen there. I remember one time in school, there was a sergeant. We were going out in the ocean, deep water fording. You drive your truck out into the water. You have a bunch of pipes you put on the so it can breathe on your intake. But this sergeant, I don't know what possessed him to do this, but he put all the stuff on his truck and he started driving out in the ocean. And he just kept going. And then he got over the stack for the sucked water in the engine and killed the engine. And then there was really a battle getting the truck back out of the water. You got these big heavy chains. We had to swim out there and put them hooked to this truck for another truck to pull it out. And our record that was going to pull it out. And I put the cable out there to stretch all these chains and cable out and to pull this truck back out of the water. And man, what an adventure that was.
Do you remember when you found out that you were getting deployed to Vietnam, and what did you think?
I think it probably in '67. Nervous, I suppose. I knew that it was going to be bad.
The American nation cannot, must not, and will not permit the establishment of another communist government.
A truck come by, or Jeep, maybe, I don't remember. And they took me out to our camp at Red Beach. On the big sign in the motor pool said 7th Motor Transport Battalion, haulers of hell, death, and destruction. We hauled everything.
They'd been training together for 7 months.
Is your team all set to go? Okay, I want this back. Let it loose. Bring it up.
Now it's going to happen, and they're ready.
Checked in and I started driving. And, it was a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. I mean, you'd think you'd have somebody trained on you, but they just tell you where you're going to go and how to get there. I mean, there's no GPS or something like that back then. Anyway, I started driving a semi and a truck company. Everything. I go out early morning, or sometimes I'd be there until late, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I get back in, take a shower, and that was a job, a terrible job.
Why couldn't you sleep back then?
Every night we was getting mortars or rockets and incoming. So you just can't sleep. We got all that going on. You might go to sleep and never wake up again.
How did you get through that? How did you cope through that?
Stayed on the road. I should be out there. Let these other guys that need some rest. I just stay out there, man. I felt okay. I'm sure I would get tired, but I didn't require a lot of sleep.
How secure was the roads a lot of times that you were traveling?
Not too secure. Sometimes during like Tet Offensive, stations some tanks alongside the road. They'd usually keep things pretty quiet. Quite often we would get ambushed.
How would they do that?
Oh, wait until we got kind of in a tight situation where you couldn't get out of it. And then they would start opening up on us.
What's the protocol when you guys get engaged in an ambush like that?
Shoot back. We did a sweep through the village to flush NVA out, and before we got all the village people out, they was going to airstrike it. The people started moving back in, so they got it.
we've heard this from many Vietnam veterans that some of them, you know, didn't get super close with people over there. Why do you think that is?
You never know how long you see them or be around them. I mean, nothing lasts forever.
Did you lose anybody within your unit?
I did, yes. It was hard to take for a while. It still is today. One kid got shot. It wasn't shrapnel, but it was shot, but I guess shrapnel got him in our ammo dump. It was tough. And then a lot of guys I knew that to come back only to kill themselves, commit suicide. That was tough there. There's some of the guys I had known for a long, long time, since school. And most of them were really good guys.
Why do you think we see that in higher numbers in Vietnam?
I think it's just the nature of the war. I mean, there wasn't no everything was a war then in Vietnam, and just there was no line, no certain line to cross or anything like that. Just being there, you was a target.
Do you suffer from PTSD?
I do.
What are some of your symptoms?
Loud noises, and sleep, and always on the vigil. You got these nightmares and different thoughts. I never understood.
What was your worst memory from your time in Vietnam?
I think so. I think getting mortared and rocketed all the time. I guess about the worst. Just you can't. I mean, I couldn't sleep, and I guess I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't know when the next one had my name on it. I thought if I was out and doing my job, I'd be better off, have a better chance.
When if you were to close your eyes, think about Vietnam, what would be the images that would pop in your head?
explosions and loud noises and lights and flashing. And like one giant New Year's Day, Eve, all living into one. To this day, I don't do fireworks. I try to stay away from 4th of July, and I hate it. As a matter of fact, I mean I think everybody should enjoy it though. I don't want to be a part of it. I just suspect the worst when you hear all that noise. There was a show USO show being put on, like Bob Hope type of day, and there were a bunch of, I think maybe Ann Margaret might have been there, and I couldn't go. I just couldn't go. Too many. The place was full of people. I thought, man, this is a good place for us to really get bombarded. I couldn't take off and go to that show.
What was it like that first day that you were finally back in the Rockford area and you got to see your family and friends?
It was good. I never talked about Vietnam or nothing like that, but I still don't. I talk more right now than I ever have.
Why is that?
I don't know.
How was it readjusting back to civilian life for you?
Well, just say, man, go to work. And I had a family, and I was just seemed like whatever you did.
When did you finally get thanked for your service?
I guess mostly when I've joined a few organizations, and they're all veterans. I am with the VVA, Vietnam Veterans of America. I am a charter member. I helped start the chapter, and I'm a member of the VFW, 9759, down there in Windsor. Oh, I saw they want to sit around and tell war stories. That's not true. So, most of it, I mean, never talk about it. You know, and I didn't like it, but I don't regret. I mean, I have a lot of fond memories. I mean, I'm glad it's over, but maybe I'll never be over.
The first time I watched Rex's interview, I was immediately intimidated. I really didn't know how I wanted to tell his story, which is an incredibly big responsibility for a 17-year-old. It was honestly really hard to find the motivation, especially during these interesting times, to finish this doc, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I also want to thank Rex for being open about his time in Vietnam and for allowing us to tell his story and for us to learn from him.